Well, while nobody really saw it coming, distance learning is here, and some schools actually embraced it quite easily. Calvert Hall is one. Let's welcome Chris Tadikin. He is a teacher at Calvert Hall College, and Dean and Nicole Johnson. They are parents of a 2020 graduate, and Dean is actually a graduate of Calvert Hall as well, class of '89. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having us.
Well, I'm going to start with you, actually, Chris, because you were named Maryland Independent Teacher of the Year. So I think we should start with you for that. Congratulations. And just share with us a little bit about your secret for teaching virtually, especially at this time.
Well, really, this came about as a lot of collaboration with not only the technology department, but also within the mathematics department. So we were able to utilize a variety of educational resources that gave us an opportunity to conduct live virtual classes as well as recorded lessons.
And you are teaching calculus virtually. That seems hard even in person. So you were able to find a way to do that remotely.
Well, I really appreciate how students embraced this opportunity. They really did a great job of moving forward, and their persistence and dedication allowed them to continue their academic journey.
And that's what I was going to ask you too. How do you feel that your students are prepared for next school year, especially the way that this school year ended?
Well, again, going back to those resources, I think that they were able to encounter the same content that they would have in a much different format. So although virtual classrooms certainly are not going to replace the classroom experience, I know that my students were still able to tackle the same challenging math problems, even in that transition starting in March.
And Dean and Nicole, for your student, how was the communication with the school and parents and with the school and your son?
Well, I really feel like they didn't miss a beat. Right from the moment we transitioned into online, they continue to send out what is called the Monday Minute. It's an email that we've received all year long, every Monday morning, all parents. And within that piece of information, it gave us links to things that were happening on either a daily basis or a weekly basis, and gave us all the information that we needed to know as parents to know what our students' expectations were from a virtual standpoint. And that just continued throughout this entire time. So it kept us on board.
And what we always read it anyway, but we made sure to read it twice during this period to make sure we didn't miss a little nuance here or there, which was, it was pretty informative. It was good stuff.
It makes sense. And it has to give parents peace of mind too, especially right now with everything sort of up in the air. Your son is now graduated. Congratulations, class of 2020. Where is he headed for college? And do you think he's super prepared for that next step now?
He's going to Georgetown in the fall, and he's pretty pumped. You said graduation, but there's a cap and gown in our house, but other than in our driveway, it hasn't really been used yet. But fingers crossed for graduation, and fingers crossed that all the students go back in the fall. But, whether it's an online environment in the fall or whether he's back, on campus, we're not quite sure yet. We feel like he's absolutely ready. This generation, sitting here, a little older, but, this generation, they embrace the technology a lot. It's part of their daily lives. So when this went online, they didn't quite feel as, it didn't feel like it was as big a hiccup, I think, as maybe we felt. And Calvert Hall had momentum and kept the momentum. And you could see that the kids felt like the momentum was there, to Chris's point, just keep rolling with what they were already working on.
And they really gave them opportunities to connect. There was a daily prayer every morning at 8:45 that you could log into, parents and students. And then they also had something that was called a mindfulness minute. And that gave the students an opportunity throughout the guidance department. They would roll that out a few times throughout the week. So it gave them an opportunity to voice and have reflection on what was going on.
Mind, spirit, and academics. I think we all need that right now. So I am wondering, to get more information about Calvert Hall, maybe you've got some potential students and parents that are watching right now. What should they do? Where should they go?
Well, my first recommendation is that they go to calverthall.com to take a look at some of the introductory material there, and then really feel free to reach out to the appropriate departments or administration or guidance counselors, as the case may be, just to learn more about what our school community offers.
All right. Christine and Nicole, thank you three so much for being here. Congratulations again to your son. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.